A mysterious entity came crashing down to Earth, hitting a mountain. As the smoke cleared, it was revealed that it was Superman, without his clothes, groaning in pain. In the far distance, we can see a vehicle approaching him as he still groans. It was Batman's Batmobile. Using an intercom, Batman told Superman that he has been told that he should avoid hitchhikers, let alone naked hitchhikers. But for Superman, he will make an exception. So he told him to climb up the Batmobile. Superman climbed up naked while his mouth exerts smoke from the fall. "I can't be picking you up from every corner of the Earth just so you can experiment with your new powers," he told Superman, as the Batmobile prepared to take off. Either they work on a plan if it happens again, or Superman must start paying for the gas. Batman also told Superman that Alfred prepared a packed meal for him, a full set of clothes, and a thermal blanket under his seat. As the Batmobile flies, Batman reminds Superman that this time he should get dressed before he sits down. At the Justice League watchtower, the Justice League gathers for a serious discussion. Batman told Superman that he has been recharged in the last 24 hours, and he has gotten everyone up to speed. He then asks if he actually has a plan, or if they'll need to make one for him, because his constant worldwide taxi service has to stop. Superman admits that he knows it's a problem. He explains that it all began as an unexpected extension of his heat vision. He also stated that since then, he has developed a small grasp of the trigger. That's why he called the meeting in the first place. Superman needs the Justice League's help to understand what's happening to him. He then feels curious about being a human, because he's aware of human feelings, but he's not aware of feeling human. Superman admits that after trying this new ability a few times, he has actually enjoyed it, especially the food he eats after testing his abilities out. "Seriously, the food?" Batman said while smiling. Superman insists that it is part of the process, but he wants to learn more on how to control this new ability and maybe use it for more than selfish reasons. Wonder Woman quietly asks if this mysterious flare ability is dangerous to him or to the Justice League. Aquaman then raises another concern. Your powers return completely? That's a question that requires a specific answer, big guy." The Flash worriedly asked for answers. Superman pointed out that his flying power might have been reduced to just jumping indefinitely. The Flash is skeptical about his response. That is when Superman turns to Cyborg and asks for his help specifically. Cyborg has been thinking about all of it, and with a serious expression, he suggests that this time a real test must be done in order along the lines of protocol JL-11A. Superman has never heard of this protocol and asked the team if any one of them has been through it, which no one answered. 45 minutes later, "This is a recreational sector," Superman shouted as he was tricked to enter the recreational reactor with Batman, Cyborg, and Wonder Woman. Batman, along with Cyborg, bombarded Superman with lasers and guns. Superman easily deflected the bullets and lasers with his chest. Batman jokingly said to Superman, "Well, I think this is recreational." Cyborg then explains that they needed a much larger space to test the power level that was returning to him, and they thought that it was a smart idea to use the reaction reactor. Superman praises them for being clever, but then asks again if JL-11A protocol truly exists. Behind the smoke, explosions, and flares of the lasers, Wonder Woman was standing waiting for her turn to strike Superman. And then she suddenly punched Superman in the jaw, making him spit blood out of his mouth. She then told Superman that the protocol does not exist, but it gives them the idea of how back to normal he truly is. After the test, Cyborg and Batman asked Wonder Woman how it felt when she punched Superman in the face. She then revealed that Superman's invulnerability is back to normal. She described his head as hard as the miscarrier reinforced concrete. The Flash, seeing that he is back to being invulnerable, wanted to see if Superman still had his reflexes. While Superman is standing in the middle of the rec room, the Flash pushes a button that drops a large metal cube on top of Superman. A large bang echoed around the rec room, shaking the ground. A moment of silence was then filled in the room as smoke dispersed everywhere. But then Superman appeared behind the metal cube and was unharmed. "Rec room, more like a rec room," Superman joked. Cyborg groans on his lame joke. Yeah, we get it," he said. Superman praised their efforts on testing his reflexes. All joking aside, Cyborg told Superman that the team got the answers about his returning power levels after all the tests, but to make sure, they needed him to do one of his flare-out abilities and monitor it. So, Cyborg suggests that they should head down a few levels of the watchtower. Superman thanks Diana for the pain she caused on his jaw and tells her that he might need to see the dentist. While they were heading down a few levels, Cyborg explains that after examining Batman's recent diagnostics, he has been thinking a lot about his flare-outs and interfacing with the mainframe of the watchtower. They needed to monitor Superman's solar flares in a controlled environment, since anywhere else could draw too much attention and have international political implications, not to mention the dangers it could bring to anyone or anything within proximity. A full power blast could alter the watchtower's orbit, so Cyborg diverted the jet exhaust baffles to 3 levels in an attempt to defuse the initial blast. Batman's diagnostics showed that a full power blast could alter the watchtower's orbit, so Cyborg diverted the jet exhaust as a precaution. He also managed to reposition some of the external solar panels of the watchtower to the interior exhaust tunnel walls. Cyborg told the team, "We could solve the energy of the entire planet if we get lucky." "A one-man global warmer," Batman added as the team stands behind a transparent titanium to observe. With a cue of Cyborg, Superman kneels on one knee, then recalls the trigger that made him do his flare-outs. He does not know what caused it, but he recalls inhaling and then holding his breath. And as he felt his laser vision expanding, he exhales as he finishes. He also wanted to see if it would happen again. As his laser vision blast lasted longer, it gradually grew stronger until flares came out of his eyes. The flare on his eyes grew stronger and stronger until a blinding light with a loud beam sounded around the jet exhaust tunnels. He successfully recreated one of his solar flare-outs again, and it filled the room with a blinding light and a loud energy static. The Justice League was shocked and held up their hands for cover from the strong blast of wind and the blinding light. The electronics around them started buzzing and malfunctioning. Gusts of wind enter the watchtower's vents until a blinding light exploded at the lower level of the watchtower, which can be seen outside it. Everyone was shocked as the broken electronics buzzed around them and smoke filled the room. Cyborg realized that it was a solar flare-up EMP. The Flash asked, "Anyone know where the broom and dustpan are?" As the smoke cleared the room, we could see Superman without his shorts kneeling on both knees in pain as he held his eyes and smoke emitted out of his body. We can see Superman visibly tired because of this. Seeing this, Batman worriedly rushes towards Superman and then asked why he is putting himself and the team through it. Superman replied that he doesn't know where it came from, but fighting against Ulysses brought it on for the first time. He needs more help finding out what causes the flare-out, but at least he figured out how to control the start of it. Aquaman blocks Wonder Woman's eyes as Superman stood out without clothing. Superman explained, "It's much like a long, slow build-up to a primal scream, but without the scream." But what bothers him the most is that he needs to find out if his powers are really evolving. Batman then holds Superman on the cheeks and reassures him that he understands him. But he has an important question that he should ask. "Are you hungry? Let's have dinner. Your treat." The Justice League went to the Grand Tavern to share a toast. "A toast for the world's first controlled and monitored super flatus. Barry," Batman hilariously yelled. The Flash continued saying that his first choice of toasts were much worse than the one he yelled just now. Batman's phone rings while Wonder Woman vibes with its ringtone. Cyborg called to inform them that he is on to something. They can capture and harness some of the energy of Superman's flare-out if they just adjust the solar cells and batteries. "But it will cost a fortune." Cyborg called out Batman's name, to which Batman replied that he'll call him back. Superman enjoys his company and tells the Justice League that he loves them. He then chugs a beer while telling them the plans he wants to do. He wanted to drink for a few more hours and drink more beer, and then they could head down to Little Italy to eat some mini pastries. The Justice League silently listens to Superman as if they're watching him for fun. "With this power, we can square off against huge super-cosmic baddies," Superman yelled. Batman then told Superman to lower his voice, to which Superman replied that he would whisper. Superman then speaks to himself about his newfound abilities until he gets drunk. Batman wondered if he'd ever had alcohol, which Aquaman replied that not as a human he hasn't. They then wondered if Superman can get a hangover from a few ounces of light beer. We then see Superman's messy bedroom, while a radio broadcast in the middle of the night announces that there are 3 unidentified men firing indiscriminately at the downtown tech district. It also added that it's too early in the night and hopefully it will help avoid casualties. "What casualties? What did I sleep through?" Superman yelled as he got up quickly after hearing the radio. He suddenly felt pain in his head as he heard that the situation is happening at the downtown district and apparently 3 unidentified males are firing indiscriminately. He rushes to the bathroom to get ready, thinking that it could be serious. 5 minutes later, he is still brushing his teeth and still tasting the alcohol in his mouth even after drinking a bottle of mouthwash, hoping that it won't affect his stomach. Running to the balcony, Superman must go to the district before anyone gets hurt and before his stomach blows. He jumped out of the balcony, but he forgot that he can't fly yet. "Just jumping, it'll have to do," he says as he leaps through the air. Superman jumps to the location since he's not that far from it. 3 thugs were excitedly firing guns with advanced technology that a mysterious man gave to them, promising that they would get handsome rewards at the district. The thug wearing a brown bandana doesn't care about the reward, since the guns are enough for him. Ahead of them is their target, the Lex Tech. So the 3 thugs went inside the building to destroy the place, while 3 workers are unconscious on the ground. The thug wearing a brown bandana told the other men that they should fill up their backpacks with every bit of energy inside to destroy the building, just like the mysterious man said to them. But a voice above them said, "Yeah, well, this man says." In shock, the 3 thugs randomly shoot at the ceiling until Superman landed in front of them. Superman said, "You guys are done." The man wearing a brown bandana said that the mysterious man warned them that the costumed freak would show. He added that they should drain Superman with everything he's got. So the 3 thugs fired the guns at him. Superman dodged the blast since he doesn't know the effect it will have on him. "Lucky for me, their aim is bad," Superman quipped while a structure got hit with the blast and collapsed behind him. With a loud kathong, Superman groaned in pain as the falling structure crushed him. The 3 thugs were thrilled, because they just wasted Superman. But police sirens set off behind them. The thug wearing a black bandana alarmed them that there could be the cops, the military, or even more costumed freaks. So he suggested that they should move since their backpacks were filled up enough. But the hooded thug didn't care and told him that he shouldn't worry, since they just dropped Superman to the ground. Then suddenly the debris below the 3 thugs started shaking. "Earthquake? Military tanks?" the thug with black bandana questioned. But it was Superman, groaning in pain as he lifted the debris that crushed him. "I've felt pain before, but not like this," Superman wondered. The thugs were pissed off, so they fired with full force against Superman. Superman then grabbed a steel plate from the rubble and used it as a shield from the blast. Seeing that it was affected, he shouted, "She chew on this," and threw the steel plate at the thugs. The impact throws them off their feet, leaving them scrambling. As the steel plate breaks at the impact, Superman is still struggling from the pain. As he tries to stand up, he speaks to himself. "Don't know if my head hurts from the debris or the flare-out or the beer. I will never do that again." The 3 thugs lay unconscious while Superman tells the crowd to move, since the police are coming. As Superman walks up the fallen debris, he thought of letting Batman and Cyborg see the advanced weapons the thugs used, since he has never seen them before. So Superman grabbed the advanced weapons on the ground, while a crowd surrounding the scene took pictures. "I'm definitely not myself," Superman thought as he bled, while he looked at a civilian taking a video of him with a phone. Superman crouched as he prepared to jump, while thinking of his friend Jimmy, that he will be annoyed missing the commotion. Superman jumped away from the scene, as his head hurts and the crowd is still taking pictures of him. We then see Metro 1 News broadcasting a video of Superman leaving a crime scene. Netizens were shocked, having never seen him jump before. The video continued until Superman disappeared into the morning fog. The news channel then broadcasted a photo of Superman bleeding that was taken from an amateur video. The newscaster reported that according to a witness, Superman was seen bleeding after dispatching a trio of thugs who were blasting away at Lex. The news channel will continue to monitor and update the reports of the events that took place as information comes to them. We then see a zoomed-out shot of Lois Lane was watching the news as the reporter said their final note from the news. How often does an image of a bloody, beaten-up Superman come across our desk? It was a rare scene from the citizens seeing the indestructible Superman bleeding from thugs with guns. Clark, Lois Lane speaks softly as she sees a person slouching while walking in front of her. She was skeptical at first, questioning herself if it was really Clark Kent. But as she stared at that person, she was sure that it was Clark Kent with a bandage on his forehead. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel.